You are looking live inside the softball stadium here at the park at St. Mary's University, where the St. Mary's Rattlers play host to the Dust Devils of Texas A&M International. I'm Brian Maglio bringing you tonight's action. St. Mary's coming in today with a 41-8 record, 16-1 in the Heartland Conference. They have already locked up the regular season title. On the other side, Texas A&M International comes in with an 18-29 record. They are 9-9 in Heartland Conference play. Pitching this evening for the Rattlers is their ace, Emily Britton. Britton comes in today with a 22-4 record and a 1.59 ERA as she'll take on this Dust Devil lineup. This is the first of a three-game set between these two teams. Tomorrow they will conclude the series with a doubleheader. But first things first, game number one. Leading off for the Dust Devils is their shortstop, Brenda Parnin. And with that first pitch called strike, we're underway. Parnin, batting .340 this year, has started all 47 games for this Dust Devil team. The second pitch by Britton is grounded softly back to the pitcher, and there goes the first out of the inning. Let's meet the defensive lineup for the St. Mary's Rattlers. Over at left field is Danielle Nash. At center is Taylor Vidrine. Jordan Alvarez is over at right field. Nicole Startlich covering the third base side. Over at short is Miranda Medina. Amanda Villa is at second. Haley Richter at first. And catching for Britton is Alex Rodriguez. That pitch fouled off by Chelsea Capello, and the count all even at 1 apiece. Chelsea Capello batting .270 with 20 RBIs and 4 home runs. Britton getting her sign and deals. That one low and inside for ball 2. St. Mary's coming into today's game following a split with Oklahoma Christian University Sunday afternoon. Their third game was canceled due to weather on Monday, and the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch lofted just over the outstretched arm of Medina at short, and that's a 1-out single for Chelsea Capello. And that'll bring up now Cassandra De Leon, their third baseman. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the Rattlers clinched the Heartland Conference regular season title with their 11-2 victory over Oklahoma Christian University Sunday afternoon, as that first pitch is in there for strike 1. That pitch is swung on and fouled away for strike number 2. Now, De Leon will need to be very cautious here. Emily Britton is second on this Rattler team with 68 strikeouts on the year, as that one barely fouled away by De Leon, as we'll see another pitch.
And with that foul ball, keep the count the same at 0-2.
Here's the 0-2 from Britton. That one just outside. 1-2 now. St. Mary's, the number 11 team in the nation. They have been on a roll throughout the course of the regular season, as that pitch from Britton is low and inside for ball 2. Here's the 2-2 from Britton. Off-speed pitch, fouled away. And good job by De Leon, able to fight off some tough pitches and stay alive in this at-bat. Britton deals. That one poked right back to the pitcher, and Britton will throw over to first in time for out number 2, as the runner advances to second, and that'll bring up the catcher, Brittany Mussett. Brittany Mussett batting .324 on the year with 26 RBIs and 5 home runs. And she takes that first pitch for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. And that one in there for a called strike 1. 1-1 now the count. If you weren't with us last night, we had a great game over at Dixon Stadium where the Rattler baseball team was victorious over Tarleton State. And the throw to second bounces off the base runner. And the Rattlers catch a break there, as if Capello wasn't in the way, the ball probably would have trickled into the outfield and that would have advanced the runner. Nonetheless, the count 2-1 now, as that one is swung on and missed by Mussett. And that brings the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But last night, the Rattler baseball team victorious against Tarleton State, walking off in the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing 7-6. They were able to tie it and win it on a hit by Brooks Orton that gave the Rattlers the victory. An exciting night of baseball last night. The baseball team will get set to take on Newman. They will be traveling later on in the week. Back to this game, the count still at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Capello over at second. Britton deals. Swung on and grounded softly to third. Sartlich there to make the play in time for out number 3. That'll do it for the top of the first inning. Texas A&M International able to get 1 hit and a runner in scoring position, but they do not score. Rattlers get set to take their first swings in the ball game. as this game is tied at 0 apiece. You're watching Rattler Softball here on the Rattler Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a win.
Division II student athletes led a 10 initiative to raise funds and help wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1,000 have been raised. Hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the first inning about to get started.
And leading off for our seniors, Lady Rattlers.
Leading off for the Rattlers is Nicole Sardalich.
Nicole Sardalich.
Sardalich batting an astonishing .435 on the year and has 33 RBIs to her name, including 3 home runs as well. This hard-hitting left-hander known for her extra base hits as she takes that first pitch outside for ball number 1. The starting pitcher for the Dust Devils is Sarah Johnson. Johnson with a 6-9 record and a 5.4 ERA. And she quickly falls behind in the count to Sardalich, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch from Johnson is high, but in there for strike 1. The 2-1 delivery, off-speed breaking ball, in there for strike number 2. Beautiful pitch there by Johnson. The 2-2 pitch swung on and lifted to center. There to make the play is Sardalich. Chrissy Sardalich there to make the play, able to get her sister out. And that's good for out number 1. Sister versus sister in this series. Chrissy Sardalich, the sister of Nicole. And now at the plate for the Rattlers is Taylor Vidrine. The 1-0 pitch is lofted high and out of play into foul territory. And the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Vidrine batting just under 300 on the year with 26 RBIs to go along with 4 home runs and 7 extra base hits. The 2-1 pitch from Johnson is hit sharply to first. Able to knock it down and take it to the bag herself is Gallardo for out number 2. Let's meet the defensive lineup for Texas A&M International. Over at left field is Capello. Chrissy Sardalich over at center field. Ramos is in right. De Leon is covering third. Brenda Parnin is at short. Her sister Anna is at second. Gallardo at first. And doing the catching is Mussett. And that pitch is swung on and hit into foul territory. But enough room for De Leon to make the play as the Rattlers go 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the first. 0 still on the board as we head to the second inning. As you're watching Rattler Softball right here on the Rattler Network.
So much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a win.
Division II student athletes led the TAMIU initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the second inning about to get started. Leading off for the Dust Devils is Mariana Gallardo. Still on the rubber for the Rattlers is Emily Britton as she deals. That first pitch in there for strike number 1. That second pitch just off the plate, and it'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gallardo has started all 47 games for these Dust Devils, batting .270. As that pitch is in there for strike 2. It'll be Gallardo, Reeves, and Ramos due up this inning for Texas A&M International, as that one lofted into right, just out of the reach of Alvarez, and that will go for extra bases. And that will be a lead-off triple for Gallardo, as she was able to take Britton to the opposite field. And that is Gallardo's first triple on the year, her 8th extra base hit. And now A&M International threatening here early on in the second, as Kendall Reeves gets set to take on Britton. The first pitch, high and outside, ball 1. Reeves batting .224 on the year. This is her 42nd start. She swings at that one, but fouled away. 1-1 the count. An astonishing number. That triple that Britton gave up was only the third triple she's allowed this season. Breaking ball in there for strike two. Beautifully done there by Emily. This entire Rattler pitching staff has been superb this season, with a combined ERA of 1.72. That one slapped over to second. Via bobbles it, but she's able to flip it over to first in time for out number one. But most importantly, Texas A&M International able to strike first as they are able to score one run. And that'll bring up Ramos to the plate. Ramos takes that first pitch for ball one. The 1-0 from Britton. In there for strike one. Britton painting the outside corner beautifully. That one grounded softly up the middle to Britton, and Britton able to throw it over to Richter at first in time for out number two, and that's already the third putout of the game for Emily Britton, as she gets set to deal now to Anna Parnin. Parnin takes that first pitch for ball one. The 1-0 pitch in there for strike number one. So much has been going on here at St. Mary's University. The baseball team nationally ranked, the softball team nationally ranked, as well as the St. Mary's women's tennis team, who are ranked number 19 in the nation. And over this past weekend, they clinched the Heartland Conference regular season title. We'd like to extend a congratulations to them on a great season as they look forward to postseason play. You could find out more information on the women's tennis team as well as all things Rattler sports on RattlerAthletics.com, as Parnin goes down swinging for out number three, Britton's first strikeout of the game, and that'll end the top half of the second inning. The Dust Devils able to put a run on the board. Rattlers look to respond when we come back right here on the Rattler Network.
So much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the second about to get started. Brian Maglio on here, bringing you tonight's action. The St. Mary's Rattlers trail the Texas A&M International Dust Devils 1-0 early on in this ball game. As we look at the Heartland Conference standings, St. Mary's already the regular season champions. They currently have a record of 16-1. Behind them is St. Edward's with a record of 11-10. Lubbock Christian and Oklahoma Christian, both provisional schools and not qualified for the regular season title or conference postseason play. Leading off for the Rattlers is number 30, Haley Richter. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up this half inning for the Rattlers. The 1-1 pitch from Johnson is lofted over the head of De Leon at third, and it will be a lead-off single for Richter and the Rattlers. And now getting set to take the plate is number 7, Reagan Patterson, the designated player. Here's the pitch. Patterson bunts it just past the first baseman, Gallardo. There to cover first is Parnin. And the sac bunt executed to perfection as Richter able to advance to second. And that'll bring up Alex Rodriguez to the plate. The delivery from Johnson is in there for strike number 1. Alex batting .296 on the year with 23 RBIs and 7 home runs. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Rodriguez. That one high and outside for ball number 1. Good eye there from Alex. Richter over at second. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning on a beautiful Wednesday evening here in San Antonio, as that pitch from Johnson just misses the outside corner, and that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Johnson. Is swung on and lofted to second, and there to make the play is Anna Parnin. And that's good for out number 2, as Richter will hold at second. And now getting set to take her swings is Jordan Alvarez. Alvarez able to swing at that one, and it is lofted over to right. There to make the play is Ramos. And the Rattlers able to get a runner in scoring position, but are unable to do anything about it, as the score remains 1-0 Dust Devils, as we head to the top of the 3rd inning, as you're watching Rattler Softball right here on the Rattler Network.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Number 8, Christy Sargent.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the third inning about to get started. Brian Magliuan here with you. Leading off the inning for the Dust Devils is their center fielder, Chrissy Sardulich. The Dust Devils leading this one 1-0. Emily Britton doing the pitching this evening for the Rattlers. So far has allowed 2 hits and a run, and has struck out 1 as well, as her first pitch is in there for strike number 1. The 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up this inning for the Dust Devils, as the 0-1 pitch from Britton is just outside for ball 1. We remind you, Rattler fans, to join us on social media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at St. Mary's Rattlers. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers, where you can find all the latest content, videos, and up-to-date information on your St. Mary's teams, as Sardulich swings and misses on that one, and she strikes out to lead off the inning and make it 2 strikeouts for Emily Britton, as we return to the top of the lineup and Brenda Parnan. That first pitch from Britton outside for ball 1. Parnan 0 for 1 so far this afternoon. She swings at that one and fouls it off. 1-1 now the count, as we've seen the last several pitches from Emily paint the outside corner. The 1-1 delivery swung on and grounded to Via over at second, who quickly throws over to first in time for out number 2.
That brings up number 16, Chelsea Capello.
Good job there by Via, able to field the ball cleanly and get it off quickly to first. And that'll bring up Chelsea Capello, who's 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch in there for strike 1. And so far this inning, we've seen Britton work the outside part of the plate to the Dust Devil hitters. The 0-1 pitch, and that one bunted, and miscommunication there, as Britton and Sardulich couldn't decide on who was going to field it, and that will be a 2-out single for Capello.
For 2 away, and does still at first base. That's where we got number 25, Cassie De Leon.
And that'll bring up Cassie De Leon. De Leon 0 for 1 so far tonight. The pitch from Britton ripped off the fencing in the bleachers for strike number 1. On 1 the count. Runner goes as that one is fouled off. And I'll bring the count to 0-2. Britton deals. That one grounded softly to Medina over at short, who is unable to field it cleanly as the runners will be safe at first and second. And time is called as the Rattler infielders will meet briefly. Miranda Medina uncharacteristically unable to field that ball cleanly. And the Dust Devils trying to rally with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. As Brittany Mussett gets set to take her crack at Emily Britton. And that first pitch in there for strike 1. And Emily Britton has done a good job of getting that first pitch in there for strike 1. As she deals, and that one fouled away, and Britton once again ahead in the count 0-2. Mussett 0 for 1 this evening. Rodriguez gets the sign from the dugout. And the pitch from Britton low and in the dirt. And now runners caught in the rundown, and now runner's going to go home. And a lot going on in that sequence. A lot of indecisiveness out there on the field as the Dust Devil runners weren't sure if they were going to go or if they were going to stay back. But nonetheless, runners advance to scoring position as the count is at 1-2. Here's the delivery from Britton, and it is fouled off. Here's the delivery, and that one fouled right back at the Rattler dugout. Fortunately, everyone all right as it hit off the fencing. So the count 1-2. Here's Britton. And that one fouled off of Mussett's leg. Good job staying alive in this at-bat. Here's the 1-2 from Britton, lofted softly to short. There to make the play is Medina for the final out of the inning, as the Dust Devils able to threaten here in the top half, but the Rattlers able to stop any damage from being done. As we head to the bottom half of the third inning, St. Mary's looking to tack on some runs here as you're watching Rattler softball right here on the Rattler Network.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why are you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back, everyone, to the softball stadium here inside the park at St. Mary's University. St. Mary's getting set to take their swings here in the bottom half of the third. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Rattlers. Leading off is Amanda Villa as she takes that first pitch for ball number 1. Brian Maglio on here, bringing you tonight's softball action as Villa fouls that one right back to us, and that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Villa, batting .308 on the year, has started all 49 games at second base for this Rattler team as she lines one foul to the left side, bringing the count to 1-2. Villa has 21 RBIs, along with 6 extra base hits and 2 home runs. Villa slaps that one to the right side into the bleachers, and we'll see another 1-2 pitch. The 1-2 from Johnson, hit to left center and just out of the reach of Capello at left, and that will be a leadoff double for Amanda Villa. And for the second straight inning, the Rattlers able to get their leadoff batter on base. That was a beautiful hit there by Villa. And that'll bring up Danielle Nash to the plate. And Nash showing bunt, bunts it foul to the left side. And it's interesting seeing Nash bat from the left side. Normally a right-handed hitter. She's batting on the left side as she holds that one back, but the ball finds the strike zone for strike number 2, and we see Nash switch back over to the other side of the plate, and she'll bat the conventional right hand stance that she normally swings. And that one paints the outside corner. And that'll be a strikeout for Johnson. That is Johnson's first strikeout of the ball game as we return to the top of this Rattler lineup and Nicole Sardulich. Sardulich takes that first pitch for strike number 1. Her last time up, she flew out to her sister over at center. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Johnson. That one just outside, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch from Johnson is lofted to left. Sardulich got a little too much under that one, as Capello able to make quick work of that one. And that is 2 down now, as Taylor Vidrine gets set for her at bat. After Villa was able to lead off the inning with a double, Johnson and the Dust Devils able to retire the last 2 Rattler batters, as Taylor Vidrine takes that first pitch for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, low and inside, ball number 2. Vidrine swings at that one and fielded nicely by De Leon over at third, as her throw is in time for the third and final out of the inning. Rattlers able to get a hit but are unable to score, as the score will remain at 1-0 Dust Devils. As we head to the top of the 4th inning, you're watching Rattler Softball right here on the Rattler Network.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 4th inning just underway here, as Emily Britton delivers a first pitch strike to Mariana Gallardo for strike number 1. Gallardo grounds that one foul to the left side, and Britton once again ahead in the count, 0-2. Gallardo, however, was able to score the lone run of the ball game so far in the second inning. She led off with a triple and was able to score off a ground out by Reeves, and the count will go to 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2 from Britton. Breaking ball in there for strike number 3. Mark it down as strikeout number 3 for Emily Britton. And out number 1 this inning. That was a filthy, filthy pitch on the outside corner, as Britton deals to Kendall Reeves, and Reeves able to foul that one away, 0-1. When Emily Britton has her pitches going, it is very difficult to get any type of hit off of her, as Reeves grounds that one over to second. Villa there to make the play, and her throw to Richter over at first is in time for out number 2, and that'll bring up Desi Ramos to the plate. Ramos 0 for 1 this evening. As she swings at the first pitch from Britton, just foul, as it got by a diving Sardelich over at third. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Emily Britton, and oh man, breaking ball got Ramos thinking swing, and the count now 0-2. And that one sailed a bit high for ball 1, 1-2 now the count. Prowler's looking for out number 3 as that pitch low and outside, evening up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Britton, and that one low and inside as it bounced in the dirt, bringing the count full, 3-2. Britton awaiting her sign, and now she deals. That one just outside, and Ramos able to draw a 2-out walk here in the top of the 4th. I'll bring up second baseman Anna Parnin to the plate. Parnin struck out her last time up. The 0-1 pitch from Britton is swung on and missed. Strike number 2. 0-2 now the count to Anna Parnin. Ramos at first, as the 0-2 pitch is fouled away. And It looks like Alex a little shaken up behind the plate, but she looks to be good as Britton deals the 0-2. That one outside. 1-2.
This is wide, 1-2 to count.
The 1-2 pitch from Britton. Swung on and missed. She struck her out. And for the second time this evening, Anna Parnan strikes out swinging. And the Rattlers able to keep this game a one-run ball game as they look to do something about it heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. They trail 1-0. And you're watching Rattler Softball right here on the Rattler Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes led a TAMIU initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
$1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the fourth about to get started. St. Mary's trails Texas A&M International 1-0. As it's been a real pitcher's duel here. Leading off this inning for the Rattlers is Medina. Richter and Patterson due up here in this inning. Medina 0 for 1 so far this afternoon, and she takes that first pitch for strike number 1. And that one well high and off the plate, evening up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Medina fouls that one away. 1-2 now the count. Miranda, a native of San Antonio, Texas, was a two-sport letterman in Southwest High School for softball and volleyball. She was named All-District second team as shortstop her freshman year at Southwest High School, and she has done a terrific job so far this season playing as the everyday shortstop for the Rattlers in her freshman year in Rattler Gold and Blue, as it looks like some substitutions are being made.
Attention, now playing first base for A&M International, number 29, Cassie Garcia.
And it will be Cassie Garcia playing first base now for the Dust Devils as the 1-2 pitch from Johnson is outside for ball number 2, evening up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch swung on and lined right at the third baseman, De Leon, and no play will be made as Medina able to get a lead-off single to start things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the St. Mary's Rattlers. Now at the plate for the Rattlers is Haley Richter. And that first pitch high and outside for ball number 1. Richter, 1 for 1. The 1-0 pitch to Richter swung on, and Medina able to slide in safely to second and jot it down as a stolen base for Miranda Medina.
1-1 is the count on Richter.
And that is Medina's 7th stolen base on the season on 10 attempts. Excuse me, 10 stolen bases as Richter's hit lined right at De Leon over at third, and Cassie De Leon able to make the play for out number 1.
That brings up number 7, Reagan Patterson.
So that stolen base by Medina was her 10th on the season on 11 attempts, as Reagan Patterson swings at that first pitch for called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch lofted to left center field. Giving chase to it is Sardolich and Capello. And hustling hard around third is Medina, who slides in safely. And that will be the first run of the game for the Rattlers. An RBI single for Reagan Patterson, as this ball game is now tied at 1 apiece. Beautifully done there by the freshman from Mineral Wells, Texas. And she's able to tie things up, as a meeting now in the infield for the Dust Devils, with only 1 out and a runner on base, and Alex Rodriguez at the plate. Some concern for this Dust Devil team, as the Rattlers look to break through and take the lead for themselves here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As we look ahead on the schedule for the Rattlers softball team, they will conclude this 3-game set with the Dust Devils tomorrow here at the softball stadium. Start time will be at 3 p.m. and it will be senior day, as it'll be the regular season home finale for these St. Mary's Rattlers, who have already clinched the Heartland Conference regular season title. The Rattlers will finish the regular season off in Austin, Texas, as they will take on our rivals St. Edwards in a 3-game set beginning Friday, April 25th at 3:30 p.m. over at Diane Daniels Field in Austin.
Getting better, Alex Rodriguez.
And that will bring up Alex Rodriguez to the plate. And pinch running over at first is Sydney Paredes, and A-Rod lays a bunt down. Paredes able to advance to second. And that'll be 2 down for Jordan Alvarez. Rattlers have good speed over at second in Sydney Paredes. Alvarez at the plate. First pitch from Johnson is in there for strike number 1. Alvarez 0 for 1. Flat out her last time up. The 0-1 pitch, high and outside, ball 1. On deck for the Rattlers is Amanda Villa. And, oof. And that one ran inside on Paredes, who seems a bit shaken up on that one, as the umpire calls time to allow Alvarez to shake the cobwebs out. Alvarez took a shot, I believe, to the hand, but she'll stay in the ball game. As play resumes, the 1-2 pitch from Johnson just outside, and it'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Johnson, swung on and missed. She struck her out. And that is Sarah Johnson's second strikeout of the ball game, as the Rattlers are able to tie this game at 1 apiece as we head to the top of the 5th inning. We're in for a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. More upcoming right here on the Rattler Network.
So much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes led a TAMIU initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 5th inning. Just underway here as the first pitch from Emily Britton is in there for strike 1. Substitution was made over the break. Now playing right field for the Rattlers is Leanne Campos. As Chrissy Sardalich grounds one over to second. There to make the play is Amanda Villa. Oh, wow. What a highlight play there by Villa, able to backhand it and throw off her back to first in time for out number 1. Beautifully done. Now at the plate for the Dust Devils is Brenda Parnin. Parnin 0 for 2 this evening. On deck is Chelsea Capello. The 0-1 pitch from Britton. Fouled away. The 0-2 pitch to Brenda Parnin is swung on and missed, and that's another strikeout for Emily Britton. Make that 5 strikeouts tonight for Emily Britton, who has seemed to hit her stride these past several innings, as that first pitch grounded up the middle for a base hit, as Chelsea Capello able to get her 3rd hit of the evening. A 2-out single for Capello, and that'll bring up Cassie De Leon. De Leon 0 for 2. First pitch swung on and hit high to the shortstop Medina. And Medina able to make the catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. 1 runner left on base here in the top of the 5th inning for the Dust Devils, as the score remains at 1 for both teams. Rattlers due up next as they try to take the lead right here on the Rattler Network.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 5th inning about to get underway. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up this inning for the Rattlers. Villa leading off. Amanda Villa, 1 for 1 this afternoon. Was able to get a leadoff double her last time at the plate. The 0-1 pitch from Johnson, painting the outside corner for strike number 2. The 0-2 pitch from Johnson, low and outside, ball 1. It's Villa, Nash, and Sardulich due up this inning for the Rattlers, who in the bottom half of the last inning were able to tie this game at 1 apiece as Villa able to spoil a pitch foul. And some activity over in the Rattler bullpen. It looks to be Maricela Bissaro getting some work in as Villa fouls that one again, and the count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Villa takes that pitch for ball number 2. 2-2 now the count to Villa. Villa swings at that one, and it is lined to the gap, and that will be a base hit for Amanda Villa. And for the second time this ball game, Villa able to lead off the inning with a hit. And that'll bring up Danielle Nash to the plate, who shows bunt. And the count 0-1. Nash showing bunt once again, and this time it is executed, and by half a step, Nash is thrown out at first. Good hustle down the line, but nonetheless, runner advances into scoring position for the Rattlers as we return to the top of the lineup and Nicole Sardulich. Sardulich 0 for 2 this afternoon. First pitch in there for strike 1. Villa over at second. Has very good speed and would be a definite threat to score on a base hit. The 0-1 pitch bounces in front of the plate, and that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Both teams fairly even throughout. This ball game, the Rattlers have left 3 on base, as the 1-1 pitch from Johnson is in there for strike number 2. In contrast, the Dust Devils have left 5 runners on base. Sardulich awaits the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, oh, just misses. And the count all even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sardulich steps back in to the box. The 2-2 from Johnson. Swung on, grounded to second. The throw to first is in time from Parnin, and that'll be out number 2. But Villa advances over to third now, as Taylor Vidrine gets set to step into the box. Vidrine 0 for 2 this afternoon. The delivery from Johnson in there for strike 1. And it's been an impressive performance from Sarah Johnson, who has allowed only 1 run on 5 hits, as that pitch well outside for ball 1. Johnson has done a solid job of keeping the Rattler bats at bay thus far, as that pitch low and inside for ball number 2. On deck for the Rattlers is Miranda Medina. Time is called, as there will be a meeting in the middle of the infield. We remind you, Rattler fans, to check us out on social media at St. Mary's Rattlers on Twitter and on Instagram. And be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. And for more information on all your St. Mary's sports teams, log on to rattlerathletics.com. And after that brief meeting, play is set to resume. Villa over at third. Vidrine at the plate. 2 outs here. The 2-1 pitch from Johnson swung on and lifted high into the night sky. And there to make the play is Anna Parnin for the 3rd and final out of the inning. Rattlers able to get a leadoff hit and are unable to score here in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th inning, all knotted at 1 apiece, as you're watching Rattler Softball here on the Rattler Network.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back, everyone. The 6th inning about to get started here inside the softball stadium here at the park at St. Mary's University. Brian Maglio on here with you as we've seen a great game between these two teams. Ball game tied at 1 apiece. Still pitching for the Rattlers is Emily Britton, as that pitch in there for strike one. 1-1 now the count to Brittany Mussett. Mussett 0 for 2 this afternoon. Swings at that one. There to make the play is Sartlich. Her throw over to first is in time for out number 1.
And number 29, Cassie Garcia. First to number 27, Mariana Gallardo.
Gallardo at the plate is 1 for 2. Takes that first pitch for strike one. The wind starting to pick up as it's blowing from right to left, as Britton quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Britton deals. That one low for ball 1. Off-speed pitch, grounded to short. Medina unable to make the play. And Gallardo safe at first. The ball took a funny hop. Medina couldn't field it cleanly, and her throw was off the mark and not in time, as the Dust Devils able to get a runner on base with only 1 out. And that'll bring up Kendall Reeves to the plate. Oh, they check over at first. Miscommunication there. Fortunately, Campos was there to track down the ball and keep the runner over at first base. The 1-0 from Britton. And that bunt attempt there by Reeves is fouled off. Though nice throw from A-Rod over to second. But nonetheless, the count will go to 1-1. Wednesday night softball coming to you live from the park at St. Mary's University. The St. Mary's Rattlers coming in today with a 41-8 record, a 16-1 record in Heartland Conference play. Texas A&M International comes in with an 18-29 record, 9-9 in Heartland Conference play. As that one fouled off, and it'll bring the count to 1-2. Texas A&M International, a big game for them as they try to position themselves in the Heartland Conference tournament. The Rattlers, after clinching on Sunday, are in the tournament A&M International currently behind St. Edward's in the standings. As the count to Reeves is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Britton, in on the hands and fouled back. And this is shaping to be a good at-bat here. Reeves 0 for 2. Has the lone RBI of the game for the Dust Devils, however. The 2-2 pitch from Britton, high and outside as the check over to first. Not in time, as Gallardo stayed close to the bag. And now the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Reeves just staying alive in the at-bat, barely able to get a piece of that one. And once again, Reeves able to foul off yet another pitch. Reeves, a senior from Montgomery, Texas, able to draw the 1-out walk for the Dust Devils, as the Dust Devils able to get 2 runners on now on base, first and second with 1 out, and that will bring up number 12, Desiree Ramos, to the plate. Ramos 0 for 1. Swings at the first pitch from Britton and goes foul, 0-1. Britton sets and deals. Ramos bunts. Britton fields it, and nobody covering second. Britton initially wanted to go to third, looked over to second, no one was covering second, thus all the runners safe, making it bases loaded for the Dust Devils, as we'll see a pinch hitter take the plate, as Coach Fields giving her girls a quick pep talk in this crucial juncture of the ball game. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning, bases loaded for the Dust Devils. Pinch hitting will be Victoria Gomez. Gomez batting .286 on the year, has an RBI to go along with 3 extra base hits. And this is a big time situation. Although the Rattlers have clinched the Heartland Conference regular season title, all games important as they try to gain some momentum heading into the Heartland Conference tournament. As for A&M International, big time game here, Heartland Conference game. They are chasing St. Edward's for the number 2 seed in the conference, as the first pitch to Gomez is in there for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch from Britton. Low and inside. Ball 1. Rattler infield playing slightly in. As Britton deals. That one hit hard to center. There to make the play is Vidrine. Her throw to home cut off by Britton. And the runners will stay on their respective bags. Beautiful throw by Vidrine, forcing Gallardo to stay put over at third. And now 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. As Chrissy Sardulich will get set to try and break this tie ball game.
So the 2 away and bases loaded. That's going to bring up number 8 to the plate, Chrissy Sardulich.
And that was a big out there for the Rattlers. Now 1 out away from evading trouble. The pitch from Britton is swung on and missed. Strike number 1. Sardulich over at third playing real close as that one grounded to Medina over at short. Her throw to first in time for out number 3. And the Rattlers able to evade any trouble here as they keep this game tied at 1 apiece heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. We have a good one here for all of you. Stay tuned for more right here on the Rattler Network.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Welcome back, everyone. Bottom of the 6th inning about to get started. Leading off the inning for the Rattlers is their number 3 hitter, Miranda Medina. Medina takes the first pitch from Johnson for ball 1. Let's recap this ball game for you. Texas A&M International was able to strike first, scoring in the top half of the 2nd inning. The Rattlers able to bounce back, scoring in the bottom half of the 4th. And just a moment ago in the top portion of the 6th inning, the Rattlers were faced with a bases loaded situation. The Dust Devils had only 1 out with bases loaded, but were unable to capitalize thanks to tremendous pitching from Emily Britton. The Rattlers able to keep this game knotted at 1 apiece as the count moves to 2-2 on Miranda Medina. It is Medina, Richter, and Patterson due up this half of the inning for the Rattlers. The 2-2 pitch bounces in front of the plate, and that'll bring the count full 3-2 to Miranda Medina. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Johnson. That one ripped to left, and that one is caught by Capello. Oh, that one hit sharply down the line, and good play there by Capello, who had to travel a ways away for the first out of the inning. Now at the plate is Haley Richter. Richter 1 for 2. As that one hit off the end of the bat, and quickly that's 2 away as Richter grounds out to the pitcher Johnson. And now at the plate for the Rattlers is Reagan Patterson. Patterson 1 for 1. Singled her last time up. Her first time at the plate recorded a sacrifice bunt. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Patterson will look to get something going for the Rattlers. First pitch fouled back, 0-1. And Patterson takes that pitch for strike number 2. Johnson looking to do quick work of this Rattler lineup here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 0-2 pitch. And that one just outside for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, lofted into shallow center. And Sardelich unable to get it and give Reagan Patterson the 2-out single here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up number 22, Alex Rodriguez, to the plate. A-Rod 0 for 1. Had a sac bunt her last time up. Johnson deals, and that one in there for strike 1. A-Rod takes that pitch for strike number 2. Beautiful breaking ball there by Johnson. Rodriguez would love to tack on to her hit total on the year as she pops that one high but not far, as De Leon able to make the play for the final out of the inning. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Both teams still knotted at 1 apiece. We're in for a good one. Stay tuned, more upcoming right here on the Rattler Network. Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 7th inning about to get started. The 1-2-3 hitters due up this inning for the Texas A&M International Dust Devils, as that first pitch is fouled away by Brenda Parton. Brian Maglio on here bringing you today's action. We've had a good one throughout, a real pitcher's duel between Sarah Johnson and Emily Britton, as Parton fouls that one into the Rattler dugout, and the count quickly moves to 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Britton, well outside, ball one. A terrific game so far. Both teams not allowing the other to gain the clear advantage, as that pitch well outside once again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are about 24 hours removed from when the Rattler baseball team had an exciting 1-run game over at Dixon Stadium. The baseball team victorious over Tarleton State 8-7, winning in walk-off fashion in the bottom of the 9th inning. And we're looking at a similar finish here, as Britton able to get yet another strikeout, make it 6 strikeouts on the evening for the senior Emily Britton. And now at the plate is Capello. Capello having a whale of a day, is 3 for 3 this evening. 0-1 the count. That one popped up, and Sarlich got a good jump on that one and was able to make the play in foul territory for out number 2, as Capello is retired for the first time tonight. And that will bring up Cassie De Leon, who is 0 for 3 so far tonight. Here's Britton with the delivery, and that one low and outside for ball number 1. That one lined sharply down the third base line, but foul, as the count moves to 1-1. Rattler fans, be sure to check out rattlergear.com, where you can find all your fine Rattler merchandise. Going on right now is a special deal on all baseball caps on rattlergear.com, so be sure to check it out. That's rattlergear.com. Shop blue and gold. 2-1 now the count to De Leon. That one lined sharply once again, and that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Britton sets and she deals, and once again De Leon lines one foul, and we'll see another pitch. Due up in the bottom half of the inning for the Rattlers is Campos, Villa, and Nash, as De Leon able to stay away from that pitch, and it'll bring the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Britton deals, and that one lined towards the direction of the Rattler dugout, once again. Oh, off-speed pitch. A beauty, but off the plate as De Leon able to hold back and not chase, and that'll be a 2-out walk assessed by Emily Britton. And that'll bring up Brittany Mussett to the plate. Mussett 0 for 3 this evening. The first pitch from Britton in there for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Britton, low and inside. Good job by Alex to block it. And that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. De Leon over at first, and the pitch out, and the check over to first not in time, as De Leon able to slide back safely. The 2-1 pitch is fouled, and it'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. De Leon has attempted to steal a base once this season and was successful in that one attempt. But she won't get to steal a base here, as Britton able to get her 6th strikeout of the ball game as the side is retired. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The St. Mary's Rattlers looking to conclude matters in walk-off style, as you're watching Rattler Softball here on the Rattler Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 7th inning about to get started. Leading off this bottom half for the Rattlers is Leanne Campos.
And leading off at the bottom of the 7th for Lady Rattlers, number 21, Leanne Campos.
On deck is Amanda Villa, and in the hole is Danielle Nash. Bottom of the 7th inning, Rattlers looking to walk it off here in what has been a superb pitching battle between Emily Britton and Sarah Johnson. The first pitch from Johnson bounces in the dirt for ball number 1. Campos, her first time at the plate tonight. And that one hit back up the middle, right between the legs of the pitcher Johnson. And that is a leadoff single for the sophomore from San Antonio.
That's going to bring up number 3, Amanda Villa.
So a leadoff single for Campos. And now at the plate is Amanda Villa. Villa lays a bunt down, but foul as the count moves to 0-1. Villa 2 for 2 this evening. Campos has great speed over at first. Villa tried to bunt that one away, but that one fouled back, and that'll bring the count to 0-2. We've seen several games go down to the wire here inside the softball stadium for the St. Mary's Rattlers, and this one no different as Villa swings at the 0-2 offering, and that one fouled away.
All around her man. Help her out a little bit, make some noise.
Johnson sets and she deals. That one hit over the head of Parnan at short, and that will be her 3rd base hit of the game. Amanda Villa able to get a big hit there, and that'll advance Campos over to 2nd. Villa over at 1st as time is called on the field for the Dust Devils, who are looking to talk things over. Danielle Nash is the batter.
Let me hear you out there.
And a big time situation for Nash and the Rattlers. Nash 0 for 1 so far in this ball game. And it looks like a pitching change has been made for the Texas A&M International Dust Devils. It'll be Gallardo taking the ball now and pitching for the Dust Devils in this big time situation. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll have the conclusion of this one. Rattlers looking to walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 7th inning here. Rattlers able to get their first two batters on base. Campos over at second, Via at first, and at the plate is Danielle Nash. The winning run is in scoring position. Oh man, Danielle Nash took one right off the hand as she was trying to bunt, and she looks a bit shaken up.
Sure, a big hand, ladies and gentlemen.
And it looks like Nash will shake it off as she took a shot right to the hand. I believe it is her right hand. As time is called, and it looks like Coach Fields will be making a substitution. Tough situation here. And it looks like it'll be Elena Moreno coming into the game for Danielle Nash. Moreno, a freshman from Pearland, Texas, will take her first swings of the ball game in a big situation here for the freshman. 0-1 the count, and she lays a bunt down, fielded by Gallardo, and that will advance the runners into scoring position. Oh, beautifully done by Moreno, able to advance the runners, and now the winning run is in third base. With only one out. And time is called. And if you're the Rattlers, you are in a situation where it is almost set in stone. You have one of the best hitters in the Heartland Conference at the plate in Nicole Sardulich. Sardulich, an off night, 0 for 3 so far, but this season has batted terrifically with a .435 average to go along with 33 RBIs, which is tied for tops on the team, along with Laura Benavides. So with one out, we are here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Winning run is at third base, and it looks like the Dust Devils are going to intentionally walk Nicole Sardulich. And the count now 3-0 as Gallardo intentionally walking the Rattlers, one of the Rattlers' best hitters. And Sardulich will take first, and now that'll be bases loaded for Taylor Vadrine. Similar situation we saw last night over at Dixon Stadium. The Rattler baseball team had bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th inning of a tied ball game. And now here at the softball stadium, Taylor Vadrine at the plate, game tied at 1 apiece. She takes that first pitch from Gallardo for ball number 1. And that pitch is in there for strike number 1. The count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, and that one hits Vadrine, and that will be the ball game as Campos scores from third. St. Mary's winning in walk-off fashion. as Taylor Vidrine was hit by a pitch, and the Rattlers able to finish off this come-from-behind victory, winning 2-1 here in game number 1 of this 3-game set with the Texas A&M International Dust Devils. The conclusion of this series will be tomorrow beginning at 3 p.m. It will be a doubleheader. Tomorrow is senior day here inside the softball stadium at the park at St. Mary's University. The St. Mary's Rattlers improved their record to 42-8 on the year, 17-1 in Heartland Conference play, as Texas A&M International falls to 18-30, 9-10 in the Heartland Conference. A big victory for the St. Mary's Rattlers, who trailed in the early going of this ball game 1-0. They were able to score in the bottom of the 4th, and after getting hit by a pitch, Taylor Vidrine was able to advance to first, and Leanne Campos scoring. The Rattlers able to pull it off. What a night of softball here at the park at St. Mary's University. Well, that'll do it for all of us here at the Rattler Network. We thank you for joining us, and we remind you to take care and tune in tomorrow for more softball action right here on the Rattler Network.